Hello, everybody. My name is Austin, and today I would like to walk you through a very exciting, at least for me, piece of AV control software called Control Freak. And if you've been in the AV industry for a while, you've definitely seen an interface like this. This is a video routing page, an audio routing page, a place to turn on various displays or projectors. Very standard. But what is not standard about this is running on a $300 Windows laptop, um, because it is a Python-based program with no control processor in the chain. Um, it runs on standard Windows hardware, any PC that you have um, lying around that can run Windows 11. In terms of touch panels, you can use whatever touchscreen you want from Amazon or whatever, anything that works with Windows. And because it's Python based, in the future, it could very well be ported to Mac or other platforms as well. But for right now, it is Windows based. So why did I create this? I had a client, which is a very large financial institution. They have an auditorium space and a broadcast control room, and they were running an Extron XTP 64 by 64 crosspoint video and audio matrix switcher. And they were controlling it via a very standard control processor and custom programmed touch panel setup. And this was end of life. The touch panel was becoming unresponsive, and very frustrating to use. And the master, the control processor, would frequently throw communication errors and would completely freeze up and need to be restarted quite often. So clearly that system needed to be replaced. And since it was end of life, they would have to choose a new vendor, a new line, have it custom programmed again. So I decided to propose this new solution, and I was able to implement it. It is in production at that auditorium space now, doing all their control needs, and it runs on a standard Windows PC, as I mentioned. They didn't need to purchase any additional hardware, and very, very minimal, if any, infrastructure changes depending on how your room is set up. So let me show you how it works. The interface is rather simple, but let me show you regardless. Let's say we have here in stage box 1, presenter is plugged in their laptop from the podium, so they're feeding us graphics or PowerPoint, and we want to feed that to their downstage monitor, their confidence monitor, which is plugged into this poke through, let's say, this floor box. We want to send it to the presentation switcher, and we want to send it to the broadcast switcher, and we want to send it to record deck. It's pretty much as easy as that. You just select all the destinations that you want to route it to, and you press take. Give it a moment, and it has taken. Now, if I want to see all the destinations that this source is routed to, all I have to do is click stage box 1 again, and those same highlights appear. And now if I want to add a route, let's say control room monitor 1, for a control room feed of this podium laptop, I just add that, and I press take. If I want to take one away, very simple, unhighlight an already highlighted route, press take, and that route is now gone. And if I select a different source, none of these other sources have any routes attached to them at the moment. Nothing is highlighted. But the second I touch stage box 1, all those existing routes highlight. One more example, let's take this PTZ camera. Let's send it to our presentation switcher. Maybe they want iMag. Let's send it to our broadcast switcher. Let's get an ISO recording going of it. And let's send it to the green room. So the speaker ready room has a feed of the PTZ camera. And let's put it on the NDI network for giggles, let's say. So we take that, and very quickly we have all those routes created. Select the source again, and I get another confirmation that those routes have created. Go back to stage box 1, and I have all those routes. If I ever want to see what is routed to an output first, so to this point we've only been doing from input first. From output first, what we do is we just select the output. What is routed to the first input of my broadcast switcher, let's say. I just select the output, and very soon it tells me the podium laptop, the stage box, is routed there. If I select the NDI transmit, it tells me that the first PTZ is there. And again, very easy to get rid of routes. If I want to clear these routes out, just unselect them and press take. That's it. And onto the audio routing page, which looks exactly the same, but I have deliberately not placed any names or colors there just to show you how easy it is. So this is your routing page, but then you also have your config page. Your config page is just where you put names of your sources and destinations, and you have little handy colors to choose from to just make the page a little bit more organized for the operator, right? So let's say here we have, what do we have? Let's say we have playback machine feeding us audio from a video. Let's make that red, and we want to send that to our digital mixer. Let's say we have a QL5, and we're just going to route that to channel 1. All right, so I'm going to make that blue. It's as easy as just pressing save, and now that change has taken effect. I just route my video playback to my digital console, and let's just route some dummy extra routes for giggles. And we press take. And as you can see, all those routes take. It's very responsive. It's very simple to use from an operator's perspective. And this last tab that I wanted to show you was the displays tab. This can vary by the space. In this particular space, we had Samsung displays in the control room, which had direct LAN access, so I was able to just control them over LAN. But a hiccup that I ran into is that there was no LAN run to the lobby displays or the projectors in the ceiling. Those were serial control from the legacy control processor system. But given that all these displays and projectors are fed from an XTP crosspoint, which is able to embed serial over Ethernet, I was able to send serial controls over Ethernet through the physical serial outputs of the XTP crosspoint without really any hardware changes to speak of. So these displays are being controlled over serial, even though there's no physical serial connections on this Windows PC. It's using the serial outputs of the XTP crosspoint to send those commands over. And it's very simple to turn displays and projectors on and off. And if you had other hardware that needed to be controlled via serial over Ethernet or directly over LAN that aren't just a display or a projector, you could very easily add those. We could add those to your programming. If you wanted projector control pop-up like a traditional control processor might, and you wanted like a pop-up that lets you adjust the focus or lens shift your projector, rather simple to add that as well. So here's my software. It is Control Freak. I'm very surprised that I haven't seen anybody try this before and just make a open cross-platform Windows-based control software. If you know of anybody who's doing this kind of work or has implemented this kind of work, please let me know. I'd love to see what other people are doing and how they've managed that. But I'm very excited about this program, and I think it could work for a lot of different spaces. So if you have any interest in using this program or developing something like this with me, please get in touch. My email address is austinzhangmusic@gmail.com, ZHANG, austinzhangmusic@gmail.com. And a couple of new features that I've been thinking of adding are maybe routing presets. Say you have a very complicated set of routes and you want to be able to recall it. I could implement a save button and a recall button of different named presets, so you can very quickly pull up your routing preferences for a specific show that is up on the horizon, let's say. Another feature that I was thinking of adding is kind of a client-server relationship. So this program only runs on one machine, but if you wanted this program available on multiple machines, of course they would conflict with each other because they're all sending commands at the same time. That is, unless I implement some kind of client-server relationship where one of the PCs is the master, all the clients, other PCs running this software are clients, and they send their commands to the main server, and then the server prioritizes the commands in some kind of way so they don't conflict, and then sends that to the physical hardware that you're controlling. That wasn't necessary in this particular implementation, but it's something I would look to implement soon. So if any of those features sound attractive to you, or you think of any new features that I should be adding or thinking about to this program, please let me know. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks so much.